Well, hello everybody. I hope you're having a great week. I have a little stack of books to show off today. It's nothing huge or crazy, but just over the course of the week, I've actually picked up quite a few books that I have not been able to show in a video yet, so I figured I'd just sit down and do a good old-fashioned haul video. But before I get into that, I just want to say thank you for the outpour of love I received on my most recent video. A lot of very thoughtful comments, and I read and replied to every single one of them. And I know the title of the video was a little bit of a bait and switch in a way. It was what I regret most in collecting, but really it was my Thanksgiving video. You know, I gotta be a little bit dramatic, but I think I got the message across, and I could tell by how the video really seemed to connect with some people. So if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely do that after this. But today I have some new comic books, I have some dollar bin stuff, and I have one pretty cool Silver Age back issue. So I'm actually going to start with that. I'm going to start with the back issue I picked up because I got this yesterday. I went out on Black Friday. Did not get anything. That's 2 years in a row that Black Friday was just a total bust for me. But I did stop into the antique mall and I got something that when I saw, I just knew I had to have, especially since I had just done a Green Lantern video. And this is one that I didn't have. I found Green Lantern number 52. And that is just such a classic cover. Get it for just $10. So I'm very happy with that. It's another one to scratch off the Silver Age Green Lantern collection. And then I think I'm going to get into the new comic. You know what? I'll do the dollar books and I'll save the new comics for last. So it's not much for the dollar books. A lot of these are pretty low grade Bronze Age DC books. So I got these dollar books on Monday. I went to the comic shop and I was there filming my holiday gift guide thing. So I did not actually show any of the stuff I picked up in that video, but I did get some stuff out of the dollar bins. They had some new dollar bins and a lot of it was stuff that I already went through in my speedrunning 11 long box video. But there were some new boxes thrown in there, and I think I struck some gold. I found some pretty decent stuff. So one of the books I picked up was something I found last time when I was going through the collection, and I skipped over it, but I was kind of thinking I should go back and get that one. And it's Lobo Judge Dredd. So the reason I didn't grab this the first time is because I have it in a trade paperback. I just thought about how I never see this. Like, I've never seen this as a single before. And then I looked it up and I saw that, like, this is actually a fairly valuable book. And I got it for $1. So, yeah. There's that. I do have the Batman Judge Dredd trade paperback, and that has this in it. Just figured for $1. And then the rest of this is actually pretty low grade, but still perfectly readable Bronze Age DC. So we have, first off, some Wonder Woman. This is Wonder Woman 219. It is a bondage cover. Kind of feels like it's about to fall apart, but could not pass it up for just $1. And then we have some Superman. Action Comics 460. This one is a little bit nicer than the Wonder Woman book, so got a little bit of Wonder Woman and Superman, and then we have a little bit of horror. This one is Forbidden Tales of the Dark Mansion, number 14, and the main reason I picked this up is because it is a Nick Cardy cover. I really like DC Bronze Age horror. There's so many of these books though, and I do not have any from this run, so don't know anything about it really, but had to get that. Nick Cardy in a dollar bin. Could not go wrong with that. And then we have a couple more, the 20 centers. I just really like the 20-cent books, so if there's a character I care about at all with a 20-cent, I'm going to pick it up probably. So next up we have The Shadow, number 5. I have picked up a couple Shadow books from this run, and this run is by Denny O'Neil. I have not read any of it yet, but I do have issue number 1, and I think maybe issue number 3, so here we have issue number 5, and that is a really, really cool cover. I really like that one, and you just can't go wrong for $1 for this kind of stuff. And you know what? This one's actually really not in that bad of shape, other than the spine being kind of worn. Like, this one is quite a bit nicer than the other ones. And then the last of my dollar bin pickups is a Jimmy Olsen, number 162. So, a little bit of Bronze Age Jimmy Olsen. I think I only have Silver Age, so that one is interesting. Looks like Superman is changed into Jimmy Olsen when he ran into the phone booth, so very interesting. But all of that for $1. I just couldn't pass it up. Especially the Lobo Judge Dredd one. That one is actually really cool. So now we're going to get into the new Comic Day books. So I got a couple new books this week, and then I got a book from last week, and I actually got 2 different variant covers of that one. So first one I picked up was DCKO number 2. So I've been enjoying DCKO. I really liked the first issue. I have not been reading every single tie-in, but I really liked the first issue, and you really did not need to read the tie-ins to be able to just pick this up and read it. It picks up pretty much right where we left off, where we get our 32 combatants, and now they are thrown into another kind of free-for-all style death tournament. And this time it's a hunt for weapons. So basically there are 16 weapons that have been hidden, and whoever finds them makes it to the next round. So for me, I found this issue a little bit underwhelming compared to the first one. I really do like the first one, and this one is okay, but I'm really looking forward to the one-on-one style tournaments. I'm really not the biggest fan of like the battle royale kind of free-for-all type of thing. There were some cool moments, but overall this just feels like an excuse to give certain characters like the Joker and Harley Quinn plot armor when they really have no place in a tournament like this, you know? That's kind of what I felt like while reading this, but if you have read it, let me know what you think. Overall, I'm still really excited for the one-on-ones that we are going to get soon, and if you want to know what they are, I did a video talking about them. Here we actually have a variant cover of all of the fighters that are going to be competing throughout the next round of DCKO. So we have Superman, Captain Atom, Guy Gardner, Jay Garrick, Flash. We have Aquaman and Hawkman, Lex Luthor, Etrigan, the Demon, Wonder Woman, Lobo, Swamp Thing, Cyborg, Joker, Red Hood, and Harley Quinn and Zatanna. And this cover was done by Dan Mora, and I had to have it. I really love this. It kind of just looks like the loading screens when you're in a fighting game. I really appreciate that. So there you go. These are my 2 covers that I got for DCKO. Number 2, got the Dan Mora and the standard cover A with the sort of acetate fold-out thing going on. And then I got one more book from this week, and I got something from last week too. So this just looked interesting. I had not heard anything about this, but the cover looked really interesting. It has a real noir kind of look to it. Batman, Green Arrow, and The Question, Arcadia. So It is Gabriel Hardman. He did the writing and the art. So yeah, I didn't know anything about this. I had no idea this was even coming out, but I'm a sucker for noir type detective stories. Plus, it's a DC Black Label, and I've been really enjoying a lot of the Black Label stuff, sometimes even more than the regular. And then my last two books I got, these are actually variant covers of the same book. And it is Batman Deadpool #1. I got the Lee Bermejo variant with the Joker and Doctor Doom. So if you've watched this channel before, you might know that I really like collecting Lee Bermejo. I really love his take on the Joker. So I was super excited to see this cover, and I'm glad I was able to get it even though I was a week late going to the shop. They had one copy left of the Lee Bermejo, and it was kind of snuck in the back, so I was happy I was able to find this one. And I just picked this one up because it was a lot of fun. This is the Lobo variant. I don't know. I just thought that one was fun, so double dipped on the Batman Deadpool. I didn't read every single story in here, but I did read the Batman Deadpool, and I read the Constantine Doctor Strange. And from what I read of the Marvel one, the Deadpool Batman, I think this one is a lot better. I definitely think DC nailed both Batman and Deadpool a little more than Marvel did, and I thought that the Constantine and Doctor Strange story was actually really interesting. This time we had Dan Mora on art and Grant Morrison writing, and I think this is where Grant Morrison really shines in some of these weird books, and I think it was a job well done. So overall, I'd say check it out. The Constantine and Doctor Strange story is also really fun. Hayden Sherman did the art on that one, and I think it was like James Tynion and Joshua Williamson who wrote that one. Hayden Sherman has been getting kind of popular from stuff like Absolute Wonder Woman and Batman Dark Patterns. That's where I've been finding his work, and I've been really enjoying it. Some really trippy art in this one, but really fun read. So I would recommend at least those two. And that is it for my pickups this week. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and spent some time with people you love. And let me know if you picked up any of these new books this week. Let me know what you're thinking of DCKO if you're reading it. And as always, have a good day. Thank you. Peace out.